California coast, Pacific Ocean. 200 miles out to sea, the U.S. Coast Guard is training to chase down drug runners. But now the scenario faces them with a new challenge: a man overboard.
How many people are on board?
One of the drug runners is floating somewhere out in the open ocean.
Roger, understood. There's been a report of a man overboard on the suspect vessel. Let's get set and drift plotted and set a search pattern.
Yes, I believe so.
This is now law enforcement and search and rescue. And if the missing bandit gets away, it's mission failure. Kwazulu-Natal, South Africa. The crews of the world's heaviest hauling road vehicle are getting ready to face the final day of punishing hill climbs. Before the road train can start moving, Rodi is checking whether the 10 million euro cargo has survived the first 200 kilometers of hard road.
You must check the impact recorders inside here. We'll show you there's no impacts.
The load has survived its first day on the road. Wagons roll. Day two's first challenge is a section of twisty road. The steep cambers spell trouble for trailer technician Solly.
Slowly, slowly, Squire, slowly, slowly.
The trailer is articulated, allowing the load to swing around corners. But if the road slopes too much, the swings will become more violent. These could twist the beams supporting the precious transformer or even cause the vehicle to flip. Suddenly, there's a worrying screeching from under the trailer.
There's something that's making us, I don't know what is that. I just want to check it now.
Fearing the worst, they pull over. Solly and the crew check for the source of the noise. The trailer's steering arm is bent. On the steep curves, the trailer has leant over so far that the bent steering arm has rubbed on the tires, gouging out massive pieces of rubber. Road train was only seconds from a disastrous mass blowout. They can go no further. To fix this problem, they have to call in a welder. He bends the steering arm up away from the damaged tires, then reconnects it to the trailer. Hoping this latest repair will hold, the team sets off again. But the journey ahead holds a surprise, beyond anything even Road Train's veteran crew have ever seen. Düsseldorf, Germany. 23 meters beneath Düsseldorf's bustling streets, the tunnel-boring beast known as Tuborin has hit trouble. Without the right-shaped sections of concrete to line the freshly dug tunnel, they can't make forward progress. Shift engineer Martinovic is forced to halt operations.
I have to talk with the guys after the shift.
This one mistake is already costing thousands of euros, and if it's not fixed fast, the bill will just keep getting bigger.
We're losing lots of time. Delay of at least 4 or 5 hours.
Above ground, amidst an unsuspecting public, Tuborin's team of surveyors keep a constant watch. If the tunneling causes the slightest shift in ground levels, these men must detect it before it can jeopardize surrounding buildings. The ground above Tuborin's cutting heads should be prevented from collapsing by a layer of compressed air. This giant air bubble is monitored constantly to ensure it stays at a level of 2.4 times the atmospheric pressure. If it gets any higher, the results could be disastrous. Bursting through the rocks, a volcano of high-pressure mud slurry could erupt in Dusseldorf's historic heart. For now, the pressure is holding steady. The crew finds the right-shaped concrete arc, and they rush it the 15 kilometers to the rock face. By the time Tuborin's robotic arm finally swings the arc into position, they've lost 2 hours of digging time. As Tuborin starts up again, the rumbles of her work echo through the darkness of the tunnel. But something's still not right. Chief Engineer Marcus Brack is straight onto the problem.
Ja, Markus hier. Servus, Henning.
Hello, Marcos.
Tuborin's guidance computer is jammed, and the 1,300-ton monster machine is lurching out of control.
Wir fahren los, Schwester.
With the computer down, all the dials and gauges provide no information. Tuborin could be heading anywhere.
I need the target. Without the target, we cannot drive.
California coast, Pacific Ocean. 5:35 p.m. The training mission for the Legend's crew has switched from law enforcement to search and rescue. There's a man adrift in the ocean, and Dolphin 1 is on the case. But sunset is just half an hour away. Visibility for the searchers is getting worse with each passing minute. To maximize the man overboard's chances, Dolphin 2 flies a grid pattern around his last known position.
They're hypothermic, they're cold, it's dark. There's no worse feeling in the world than thinking that you just flew over that person, but you were fatigued and you didn't catch it.
Just as the sun starts to dip dangerously towards the horizon, the chopper's crew spots the fugitive in the water.
They're deploying the rescue swimmer.
The chopper deploys the rescue basket, and the helpless fugitive is winched up into the welcoming arms of justice.
751-130, we are in the knock of the time.
As the news comes in of the successful rescue, the Legend's crew can relax. Mission accomplished.
Could be any time of day, any seas, any environment. You know, we train hard for it, we train professionally, we get out there and we get the job done.
With its crew honed to a razor edge by ultra-realistic training, the Legend is a fearsome guardian of America's waters and a high-tech angel of mercy for those in peril on the sea. Düsseldorf, Germany. The guidance computer on the 1,300-ton tunneling machine has failed.
Oh.
The risk of lurching out of control right beneath Düsseldorf's busiest streets is too extreme. The only option is a total shutdown. There's no time for complicated diagnostics. Helmsman Hening Hom has to reboot and hope the glitch has fixed itself.
Im Moment wird das nichts. I start to cut ahead.
Henning puts Tuborin straight into full throttle to catch up on lost time. At last, some rapid progress is easing pressure from the schedule. But her relentless grinding is tough on her teeth.
Henning hier.
Hallo Henning,
Manni, wir sind fertig.
das ist nicht gut. We are losing penetrations, so we assume that some of the cutting discs that they are gone. So we will have to stop for at least half a day and change the discs.
Unless the worn drill tooth is replaced, progress will slow to a crawl. 23 meters down, the cutting head is a high-pressure environment, and replacing a tooth in these conditions is a tough technical job. Slobodan calls in two of his top technicians, Olaf and Svester. To get to the cutting face, Olaf and Svester must first enter a pressurization chamber to give their bodies a chance to acclimatize. Then they must pass through an airlock to the cutting head itself.
Alles okay?
As soon as they're in the high-pressure environment, the clock is ticking. The pair are only allowed 3 hours to change the cutting disc. Any longer in there, and their health is at risk. With every hour of breathing high-pressure air, the risk that potentially deadly bubbles of gas will form in their blood increases.
I hope in 2-3 hours they will be out and everything will be okay, so we soon can start excavating again.
But everything is not okay. The bolts holding the broken cutting disc in position are corroded, and they're not budging.
Some of the screws, sometimes there's a lot of rust on it, so it's very difficult to get them out.
There's just 1 hour left before the mission must be abandoned.
Achtung!
With just minutes to spare, 150 kilos of hardened steel cutting tooth is replaced and Tuborin is ready to go again.
So, I start to cut ahead again.
But the triumphant repair crew doesn't get to party. Their only reward is 2.5 hours of decompression and the satisfaction of a job well done. All systems repaired, the mighty digger can plow ahead without posing a threat to the delicate city center above. Tuborin, a tunneling titan. Kwazulu-Natal, South Africa. Road train is carrying a 400-ton power transformer across the wilds of Kwazulu-Natal. But after weeks of dry weather, fires are sweeping across the hills. Road train is forced to a halt.
A lot of smoke, as you can see there on top of the mountain. There's a lot of smoke. So we're just waiting to see what happens.
Dennis and Rodi go to assess the fire. A sawmill blaze is spreading, engulfing everything in its path.
All these people have lost everything. They've tried to move all their belongings, but all their buildings, it's all burnt down there. For the last 30 years, I've been watching. Last 5 years, I've been controlling it directly, and this is the first time I've seen this.
Fearing the situation could deteriorate, Rodi approaches the police.
Will you bring the truck through?
Which one?
The big one?
No, it's most difficult to bring that one up because that one is huge and you can see the visibility. It's not that good.
The fire could damage Road Train, her crew and her precious cargo. Rodi relates the bad news to crew waiting a mile downwind.
The traffic department say no, we can't go through the smoke. You understand?
And we as a
It is of nature, that we can do nothing about it.
The team will have to wait for the fire to burn out. But at the sawmill, the situation is still deteriorating. The wind is picking up and it's blown a truck over in the middle of the road. The driver is unhurt, but the gusts are fanning the flames and the fire is growing.
And I don't think this fire is going to stop now. It's going to continue, and it seems to be jumping across the road as well now. That's the next fear, so the fire is going to start raging.
The fire is racing across the hills and straight towards Road Train. The road is tight. Turning around is not an option. The team's safety and their cargo are at risk. But just when the situation looks hopeless, the road train crew gets its first bit of luck. The wind changes direction. The police let them risk driving past the fire. If the wind changes back too soon, they could be caught in the flames. There's no time to lose. But as they reach the fire, the wind changes direction again. They can't stop. Scully engages top gear and powers on through. They clear the smoldering danger zone with seconds to spare and finish the last big climb of the journey. Safely back on level ground, Scully has to check whether road train's precious cargo has survived.
Lay-by is on the right-hand slide. Slow it down a bit. Not too much, don't Jäger, just slow up a little bit.
If the all-important impact sensors have been triggered, their epic journey will have been for nothing.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Still on zero. That's good news. I like that very much.
The cargo is safe, even after the journey of a lifetime.
100-kilometer journey. We've seen accidents. We've seen a huge fire. We've negotiated a breakdown on our tractor. We've had breakdown on the trailer, which we've repaired.
Dennis and his team of raw recruits have beaten everything the route has thrown at them.
And from now on, it's plain sailing. It's just even ground, undulations up and down, but it's straightforward now. It's not a big issue.
Thanks to the mighty road train and its crew, 3 million homes will soon be getting all the juice they need at the flick of a switch.